If you're watching this on Monday, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Woo! Oops, I think I just broke a light fixture. Sorry.
That's not good for
Put it on my tab, will ya?
That's not good for the PTSD over here, Andrew.
I know, I've got that too. You got that PTSD thing? Man, that makes me jump a lot. In the office, remember when I hit you? Yeah, I know, exactly. So how are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
You know, it's March 17th. It's going to be a great week. We got a show coming up with Mama
You
Me.
partied too much at the parade, didn't you?
I did not.
Sorry,
Maybe.
after the parade, right?
After, I don't know. I got home, didn't I?
You did, and you made it back here at 5:30 in the morning, which is an accomplishment.
Actually, I haven't been to bed yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But great fun at the parade.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, St. Patrick's Day is just one of those holidays. It's just merriment.
I mean, why not have a day in the year where you can just let it all go, let it all hang out, and just have fun and be like, woohoo!
Isn't that what Groundhog Day is for?
I don't think they compare at all. Literally, Groundhog Day takes like, what, 10 seconds? Do you see it or not? Oh my God! That was almost like a to be or not to be moment.
Okay, so now we're going to make a groundhog version of Shakespeare, right? Is that where you're going with that?
That sounds good to me. I mean,
it's amazing the stuff that will just fly out of our mouths.
Out of our mouths. You should not have given me those B12s this morning. I'll just say that.
But today we'll welcome on some great guests, and I assume over there were some awesome costumes.
They're beautiful. Wow. They look like royalty or something.
I think one of them is royalty.
Oh. Is she going to cut her heads off? Lord, I hope not.
Well,
okay.
We should probably,
no, she said no. She said no.
We should probably bow accordingly.
Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Okay. Well, we're going to...
Of course, I can bow, and I'm still going to be 5 times taller than her.
Yeah, so my bowing comes... What era of bowing will you do? Or what country of origin will you do?
I'll go with the Scottish version.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the French version.
Okay.
There we go.
And then also we've got someone from Plumb Line Events who does a little bit of everything, including my oldest son's favorite, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh. You know, we almost brought that Dungeons and Dragons show thing into.
And remember,
and he created his own.
Right. But remember that Dungeons and Dragons one was in New York last time we were there, and I couldn't get a ticket because it was sold out.
Oh.
That just shows
Thank you for bringing it and making it here. We appreciate that, Ethan.
That just shows you the popularity of shows like this.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
So, with all that, I guess we can...
Bring on the Queen.
Yes, we will move this table so we can see all the costumes, and we'll see you guys back in just a few minutes.
See you in a minute.
Direct from Belfast, Ireland and London's West End. Be transported to the Emerald Isle with Ireland's newest music sensation, the Shamrock Tenors. Lighting up the stage with their soaring 5-part harmony, the Shamrock Tenors bring a fresh energy to your favourite Irish tunes. Experience the music of Ireland like never before with the Shamrock Tenors.
Learn more at BroadwayTheatreLeague.org.
The Deep Comics and Games has the largest selection of comics, board games, toys, and collectibles in North Alabama, with thousands of comics arriving weekly. Choose from the classics by DC and Marvel to the newest generation of heroes. Offering comics in every genre, The Deep has a comic for everyone. Selling your collection, The Deep is always buying and will give you the most cash for your stash. The Deep Comics and Games, 2310 South Memorial Parkway, just south of Office Depot.
The high-flying adventure begins. Join Peter, Wendy, Tiger Lily, and Captain Hook on an adventure to Neverland for the entire family. Think the loveliest thoughts and get ready to take flight. Peter Pan at the Von Braun Center, April 22nd through 27th. On sale at BroadwayTheatreLeague.org.
Have you listened to Mix 96.9?
The 80s, 90s, and more.
With the best variety.
Mix 96.9.
Fun and upbeat.
Mix 96.9.
The best variety of 80s, 90s, and more.
Mix 96.9.
Join the havoc for Peter Pan Night. We'll be wearing specialty Peter Pan jerseys as we take on the Macon Mayhem. Catch all the action for Peter Pan Night on March 21st, presented by Broadway Theater League. Get your tickets at HavocTix.com.
Welcome back to Show and Tell with BTL, and we have definitely gone down the rabbit hole.
I would certainly say so. Actually, you're really clean for having just fallen down a rabbit hole. Wow. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning.
Oh, excuse me. I'll do my bow. Ready? I'm sorry. I'll put my things down here, and I'll do my proper bow to you. Present my inner thigh to you, my lady, and up. There you are, sir.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. I changed up one with Wayne and Garth.
I know, that's okay. That's awesome. So you guys are doing Alice in Wonderland, is that correct?
Yes.
What gave it away?
I don't know. That's a pretty good indicator. Either that or they're into period costuming.
Do y'all dress like this every day?
Of course.
That's a good answer, actually.
I mean, I don't know. You know, ladies from this era, they would be wearing corsets, and those are really awfully hard to get into. And then the cinching in the back and all that, and hurt at the end. I mean, and the pokes, and that's just too much. But you look beautiful.
That's why they had personal assistants that followed them around and did all those
Well,
things.
I know the ladies in waiting would have, you know, you were putting her microphone, and I was like, well, if back in the day, a lady in waiting would be, your microphone, madam.
Okay.
Yes.
So, for those that don't know, tell us what Alice in Wonderland is about.
Well, Alice in Wonderland is about Alice, and she basically, at the beginning, she gets made fun of for having such a wild imagination. So then she jumps into a rabbit hole and goes through a series of wonderful events that show her that her name is Alice and that she is who she thinks she should be.
And I understand that as the Queen of Hearts, you don't particularly care for Alice. Is that correct?
Well, so my character thinks that Alice has power over myself.
Oh, really? I did not know that. So what power do you have over the Queen of Hearts?
I think that she's nervous. Alice has a curious imagination, so like she could think of ways to, become queen.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. And I know there are a lot of other great characters in this story. What are some of the other famous characters that everybody knows and loves?
One of my favorites would be the Mad Hatter.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorites is the White Rabbit because I feel like it's like so much energy put into him.
Is that one of your friends in the show? Is the rabbit one of your friends?
I try to be his friends and I chase him around, and he doesn't want to be my friend because he's late.
You're not harassing him, are you?
No, he actually forgot his watch, so I'm trying to catch up with him.
So it's like with Willie, I have to be like, let's go, we gotta go, come on, because he's always late for everything. I know, yeah, okay. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting you confused with Kip. He's the one always late, isn't he?
That's enough.
Very rarely late.
So when is the show?
It's March 21st and 22nd.
Wonderful. And how do people get tickets to see the show?
You can get tickets at stjohnb.com.
And where can we see the show at?
You can see it at St. John the Baptist in the cafeteria.
Okay.
Nice.
And how many cast members are in Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, goodness.
Roughly.
It was a big cast this year. Like about 50-ish.
Oh, wow.
So do you have participation like from a lot of different grades that are going to be in part of the production as well?
Our production has people from all the way from 4th grade to 8th grade.
Nice. I remember being in grade school and we did our shows like that too. That's wonderful. So do you have a lot of lines and things that you had to remember? And if you do, how do you remember all your lines?
Practice.
Okay,
Practice makes perfect. Find a partner. Try to just go back and forth with the lines.
Somebody to run lines with you, absolutely. Well, if you ever need extra help on your lines or anything, down at BTL, we're happy to run lines with you. That'd be great.
Ask them about the tech of the show.
Oh, is there something special tech about the show?
Yes, so it is all student run. The students do the lighting, they organize it. The props director, it's a student. So it's all run by students.
That is so awesome. I love that. So you get to learn about all aspects of the theater, whether it's the costumes or the makeup or the hair or the stage design or the acting or the singing. You get to learn about it all. That is so very, very cool. I love that.
So I've got to ask then, did students design your amazing costumes?
So we kind of got a little bit of guidance from the teachers, and then the directors, and then we ordered our costumes.
Okay. They're great, fantastic costumes. How long have you been in theater?
I've been in theater for about 3 years.
Okay, and yourself?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay, and what is the favorite show you've been in?
My favorite show was probably Little Mermaid when I was Ariel.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it goes from aerial to
You
the
must
twin
have
parts.
great memory. That's a big part. Wow, okay.
And yours, Alice?
I'd say mine is the Music Man. I was part of the ensemble, and it was so lively and fun.
Okay.
I believe that was done with Lyric Music Productions, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Very great. Well, break a leg. Best of luck to you all, and have a wonderful time with your production of Alice in Wonderland.
And before we go, how, when, and where?
Yes.
You can find our tickets on stjohnb.com.
It'll be at the St. John's Catholic School cafeteria.
And it's on Friday, March 21st and Saturday, March 22nd.
The shows are 7 p.m. on Friday, 2 p.m. on Saturday, and another 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay. And
I think
back out of the rabbit hole we go, and we will see you guys in just a few
See you in a
minutes.
minute.
Unbelievable. Loving every minute. Unbelievable.
The best thing I've ever seen.
Amazing. Love it.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
It was the best thing I've ever seen in the West End in my whole entire life.
Incredible.
Honestly, you've never seen an audience like it.
Live, such a special show. Everyone's up dancing. Such a great buzz, such a great feeling.
It felt like I was part of like a huge family. Everyone was just singing together and having a great time. It was fabulous.
I would say one word, joyous. All the songs, they capture every mood. I absolutely love it.
This is a way to experience Irish culture at its finest.
Just really uplifting. Your feet don't stop tapping at all.
Wherever you are with this show, they bring it to you. People fly from all over the world to experience that, and you get it with every single show these boys do. They're incredible.
I'd see it every night if I could.
Yeah, me too. Honestly.
We loved it.
Love the
Shamrock tenors.
Oh, you've got to go. You're missing out.
Get your tickets. Get your tickets now.
Buying or selling your home, why not trust a legend? Huntsville native Karen Farrell can make the process fun, exciting, and easy. Enjoy the biggest investment of your life. Call a legend, Karen Farrell of Legend Realty, 468-4626, or find her on Facebook.
Think about what Huntsville would look like without the Plumb Line Center.
It's such a home base to so many events. It's a moment when you're coming, and it's an experience that we're cultivating.
Join us over the next year as we celebrate the VBC being your place through time.
Join the Havoc for Peter Pan Night. We'll be wearing specialty Peter Pan jerseys as we take on the Macon Mayhem. Catch all the action for Peter Pan Night on March 21st, presented by Broadway Theater League. Get your tickets at havoctix.com.
Welcome back. We're out of the rabbit hole, and now we are here with Ethan from Plumb Line Events.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So I've got to ask you, is Plumb Line Events named after a plumb bob?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
100%.
Okay, I was assuming that's what it would be, but I was like,
No, I actually have a background doing construction stuff.
Okay.
Still do that a little bit as a day job, so I figured that would be a good segue between the two. But yeah.
So in the information about you, Ethan, everything that you're involved with, I mean, is there some type of entertainment that you're not involved with?
Not really, honestly. So I started doing theater here in Huntsville in 2010. And since then, I think I have participated in just about every single capacity you can within theater. I've been on stage, directed shows, run lights, run sound. I think the only thing I really haven't done is hair and makeup, which is probably for the best, but not quite in my skill set.
So I understand that you created one of my favorite local things, Audrey too, for Theater Huntsville.
I did, yes.
Okay.
No, one of the other things I've done with theater is build puppets. So for a lot of local high schools and theater groups and stuff like that, I've built a wide assortment of puppets. I've
So
built
can you build like a ventriloquist puppet?
I have not yet. So we built some Muppet-style puppets. If you've ever seen the Huntsville Symphony Orchestra's Family Fun Day shows,
yes. Just saw it.
There you go. Almost anytime there's ever puppets for that, I built those puppets.
Okay. So was Audrey 2 maybe one of the largest puppets that you've ever done?
Pretty close to it, but I've built, for one reason or another, on multiple occasions now, life-size elephants. So those are probably the biggest ones I've had to build. Yeah.
Well, and there's a number of productions I've seen on Broadway and whatever. I mean, and one of my absolute favorites, puppets, and I saw Warhorse.
Yes.
In,
my gosh.
in the National Theatre in London.
Yeah.
And talk about changing your life.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I know that there are so many things that you're involved in.
Yep.
Talk us, walk us, share with us all the many things that you have done and created.
Yeah, so one of the new endeavor I've been doing since 2023 is Plumb Line Events, and it's really catered around trying to provide a platform for local artists to kind of start segueing between just community theater and stuff like that and into more professional shows. So all of our shows are professional casts and stuff like that. And we're trying to kind of help fill that middle ground because obviously Broadway Theater League does an incredible job and so does the VBC just in general with huge big productions that they get coming to Huntsville, which is great for the arts community. Huntsville has always had a really thriving like community theater and high school theater, as you guys are very well associated with now. But that kind of like middle ground, like a segue between, you know, that community level stuff and the high end stuff that BTL and BBC provides. So we're trying to kind of help fill that niche where we have professional shows that are original content. That's one of the things we really strive for, that all of our shows are original, which also means that they're often very improvisational in their
Welcome to the
shows.
show. You know
Yeah, there you go. But we have a wide variety, and we try to cast as wide a net as possible. So we currently have 3 different shows that we do monthly, some multiple times a month. We have a improv comedy, short form improv comedy show, very much like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Familiar with that? It's called Open to Suggestions. We then have a Dungeons and Dragons comedy show that we perform, which is called The Castle Council. And then we have a local singer-songwriter show that promotes local music and stuff like that called Rocket City Review.
I mean,
so where do you guys do these shows at?
So we do them all over Huntsville. We actually usually perform at 4 different locations every month. We perform with Fantasy Playhouse over at their building on Long Avenue in Huntsville. We also perform one of our improv comedy shows over at the Electric Bell at Stovehouse, which is a great time. And then we perform our singer-songwriter show at Tangled String Studios, which is over at Low Mill.
Great space.
Yes, it's a perfect.
And what about the Dungeons and Dragons show?
Oh yeah, so we performed that over at Fancy Playhouse, and also we have a once-a-month show over at Shenanigans Comedy Theater. So
My
it's a once-a-month show
son
over
has
there.
been to you when it's Shenanigans.
Oh yeah, incredible. Yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. We try to make all of our shows as accessible for the audience as possible, but also as involved with the audience. We really like shows that allow the audience to participate as much as possible. So the shtick for our D&D show is that it takes place at a city council meeting. So it's pretty much Parks and Recreation meets Dungeons and Dragons, where our audience members get to be the citizens of the city, and our players are the council members, and we literally just hear problems that are taking place in our city, and then we improvise a whole adventure around that.
This might be a little crackpot, and
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry for bringing this up, but the way that you take the art all around to all the various places, you're taking the art to the people, first off. And then second off, I mean, this is, like you say, so improv and so organic and everything. What a great way and space for an actor to exercise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So what I'm going to, my little, I'm going to go tink right there for you to take is, let's go back to Shakespeare time. I think that you need perhaps your own carriage or trolley or whatever that carries you around to your spaces so they always know who you are and where you are. And when that vehicle, van, trolley, whatever shows up, you're there.
I hope the Plumb Line mobile will be coming 2026. So that's on the docket, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So can you stay with us for one more segment?
100%.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we will see you guys in just a few minutes.
See you in a minute.
Be transported to the Emerald Isle with Ireland's newest music sensation, the Shamrock Tenor.
What for the daddy-o? What for the daddy-o?
Experience the music of Ireland like never before.
Learn more at BroadwayTheatreLeague.org.
The Deep Comics and Games has the largest selection of comics, board games, and toys in North Alabama. All your favorite games such as Ticket to Ride, Munchkin, and Catan. Trading card games such as Magic, The Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. Miniature games, Warhammer, Star Wars, Flames of War, and all the supplies you need to get them ready for play. Selling your collection, The Deep is always buying and will give you the most cash for your stash. The Deep Comics and Games, 2310 South Memorial Parkway, just south of Office Depot.
The high-flying adventure begins. Join Peter, Wendy, Tiger Lily, and Captain Hook on an adventure to Neverland for the entire family. Think the loveliest thoughts and get ready to take flight. Peter Pan at the Von Braun Center, April 22nd through 27th. On sale at BroadwayTheatreLeague.org.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables. May 6th through 11th at the Von Braun Center. On sale now at BroadwayTheatreLeague.org.
Have you listened to Mix 96.9? A great variety of music.
Mix 96.9.
The best variety of the 80s, 90s, and more.
Mix 96.9.
Welcome back to Parks and Recreation, the Dungeons and Dragons version. So,
I'm not sure. I don't know. What's my character motivation?
I'm
completely lost.
You would probably.
Can I just bring the tea or coffee in or something?
100%, yeah.
So, if you were. Would he be a bard?
100%, yeah. No, I think he'd be a bard. Bard is very performative and, inspires other with song. And...
I'm a laird. I'm serious, I'm a laird.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're in Dungeons and Dragons, not Scotland.
That's not laird. Oh, Scotland, not the same place. I own land there, darn it.
You can be both. That's the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons.
I can be a lord and what'd you call me? A bard.
Bard.
Oh, yeah.
So what would you be?
So I'm usually the dungeon master for our D&D show. Yep. So
is it like chained to a wall and things?
Not quite, but it feels like it sometimes. So pretty much what that means is that I'm in charge of mediating between our cast and the audience and helping create a semi-comprehensible narrative.
So it sounds like a ringmaster.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of herding cats.
So where would you put me in this Dungeons and Dragons cast?
Ooh, I feel like you kind of have a very massive presence, which is good, and you also have authority about you. I'd probably go either barbarian or paladin. I feel like paladin's usually pretty good. Yeah.
Typically, if I play a barbarian or a ranger.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
it sounds like
you called that one really well.
It sounds like he's going to kill somebody. Is that right?
Oh yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
So,
sorry.
Tell us about bringing people to a Dungeons and Dragons show.
Yeah, so one of the things we try to do at Plumb Line Events is have a big diversity of the type of content we're providing because we really feel like, honestly, there's a show for everyone out there, and it's all about trying to cater to, different groups and what their interests are. And Dungeons and Dragons is definitely something that's been seeing a huge, influx and rise in popularity, especially the past 5 or 6 years. I've been playing it for a really long time, so when we were starting to kind of create original shows that we wanted to do, one of the ones we knew we wanted was Dungeons and Dragons. And we try to keep it as approachable for people who have never played before. Lots of people who come to our show have never played Dungeons and Dragons, so we try to keep it entertaining so that they can follow along with what's going on. And we try to have as much audience involvement as possible.
I'm very curious about limits here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there are very few.
And that's what kind of scares me. It's like, because you were saying about anybody and everybody, this and that and the other. I was like, are there literally lines that you don't cross, or you just dance back and forth the whole time?
Well, there's definitely a lot of dancing. So one of the things at Plumb Line Events that we do is that all of our shows are always family friendly. Okay. It doesn't mean that they're for children, but we like them to be something that whole families can come do together. Because growing up here doing theater myself, that was very much my experience that I really enjoyed. I got got a chance to do theater with my whole family. We could all do it together. So we keep all of our shows family friendly. It doesn't mean, again, they're for kids. We have tons of hilarious things that happen every show. But we, every once in a while, have to veer back towards, more appropriate territory.
Has an audience member or an audience in general ever booed because of where you went with a topic or a subject or something?
Well, in our Open to Suggestion show, which is our short form improv comedy show, very much like Whose Line Is It Anyway, we actually encourage our audience members to
They want to be booed!
Yeah, we do. We feel that I host that show, so I don't have to receive as many boos. That's probably why I'm okay with it. We find that's the best way to really let our performers know when they're doing a good or bad job. So, yeah. So it's, like I said, very interactive.
I've got to ask them, do you have a hook?
We're slowly but surely growing our audience, which I'm really hoping soon we'll have the budget to afford a hook. Yeah. Okay. Some of our improvisers, we need a big hook.
So he's going to get a hook and the Plumbline mobile.
Yeah.
Okay,
that way we can be mobile.
Yes, love that.
So before we go, what, when, and where?
So you can find all the dates as well as buy tickets for any of our shows at plumblineevents.org. It's our own website. We update it regularly. We have upwards of 5 to 6 shows per month for all of our various events at multiple different locations in Huntsville. So you can find out all the information there. We're also on social media. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Plumline Events.
Okay. Cool. Now, before we go, Bob, come over here on this side of the camera.
Oh, dear.
I don't know what's that.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not wearing red. Why am I even on?
Well, because you have been involved with every single episode of this show, just like myself.
That is very, very true
And
from the get-go.
From the get-go. Yep. And this is your final show because you're transitioning into the radio world.
Absolutely. I'm going to take my dulcet tones. No. I will be behind the scenes at radio also.
So I just want to say thank you for all the years of friendship and all 4 seasons doing this show, because we are probably a lot to deal with.
It's the best part of my week ever, because otherwise here at Fox 54 I direct the news, and that never reaches the level of jocularity that you people pull off. So it has been my absolute pleasure. It's been a thrill, and it's probably one of the biggest things that I'm going to miss. And I love that we all kind of gave birth to it together, and you can throw what you want from that.
And I've got the stretch marks to prove it.
I knew Andrew would run with that. But yes, thank you for having me, and I'll miss it. I'll miss being here, doing all the fun things like Dungeons and Dragons and Evil Queens.
So next season when we come back, we might even have you down to talk about the radio life.
Oh,
and you'll get to be just on this side of the camera and not be Santa.
Ooh.
But we love you, Santa.
I don't know if I can pull that off or not, to be honest.
We love you, Santa.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been fun, guys.
We love you, and say bye, everyone. Say bye to everyone out there. We will see you guys next week.